Dr. Chris's Radio of Horror on YouTube presents The Blonde in the Front of Fear with Cati. Review of Upgrade.
Yes, so Upgrade, Ghouls and Ghosts, to me, is one of the best sci-fi films of 2018, if not the past few years. What I love that director Leigh Whannell has done is he makes what I call a doable future. You're seeing a situation that isn't in a dystopian future, which you normally see. And the other aspect of it that I really loved is that the production design wasn't what has normally been seen in the past, 36 years, ever since Blade Runner has been around. You don't see a future where it's raining all the time and it's dark and there's only the very poor and the 1%. You've got a middle class, which is very important. It's a very doable future. The brief review I would give it is that it's a RoboCop kind of justice-seeking premise with Matrix stunts and Skynet as an imaginary best friend for the lead actor played by Logan Marshall Green, who does an amazing job with his physicality as the character of Gray, who, after his wife is killed in a sort of what you think is like a vigilante kind of thing, or not really a vigilante thing, but just random act of violence, he takes revenge after having a implant put him in him that allows him to walk after he has been shot and his spinal cord is severed and he's paraplegic. Yeah, I just love this movie so much. I thought it was funny. It had great practical effects. It reminds me of, like I said, the RoboCop. It reminds me of RoboCop, The Thing, Scanners, aspects of Total Recall. Betty Gabriel, who plays a cop that is looking after Logan Marshall Green's case, is fantastic. You know her from Get Out. And this is a movie that I want more people to see because, again, I think Leigh Whannell is a fantastic director. He wrote this. He made it in Australia, in Melbourne, around areas that he went to school in. And it's a very personal project for him, just having his family and everyone involved. And it's a great film, just story-wise and whatnot. The visuals are amazing. The set design is incredible. But the stunts are, I would say even better than, you think about stunts, you think about John Wick and stuff like that. This is 2018's John Wick. And I say go see it. So let me know what you think.
Cati, I have a question. In regards to other body horror kind of movies, how would you compare this to, let's say, David Cronenberg's classic Videodrome?
Not so much. There is different aspects of body dysmorphia. So I can see that. I wouldn't so much compare it to Videodrome in the case that the body dysmorphia in this was definitely more intentional and more as a kind of a middle finger to the class that caught it, rather than Videodrome's was more, I feel like Videodrome, it sometimes didn't know what was going on. And then when he did, he made it happen and, just started to kill people randomly for maybe not the reasons that the general public would have gone for. But I don't know. I didn't see many aspects of Videodrome in it. I definitely more of a RoboCop for me.
I thought a bit more about like how technology has kind of taken over our lives, and we, in Videodrome, technology was vastly different compared to what it is now. Because let's just face it, in Videodrome at the time that movie was made, all we had was radio and TV. And the phone.
True.
Yeah, and the phone. So that's what I was thinking of when I was trying to compare it to Videodrome, just in terms of like how something has completely taken over you, because the Videodrome signal kind of takes over our main characters, our main character, whose name now escapes me.
Oh, the James Wood character?
James Woods, yes, sorry, James Woods.
Yes. No, and I can see that. I just, with this, I don't know, I see what you're saying, because with Upgrade, you do have the whole, like, the main thing with Gray, or Logan Marshall, Green's character. He was very much, he wasn't against technology, but he just didn't want to succumb to, like, having everything done for him. He wanted to be the one to do it. And with Videodrome, yeah, I feel like people were kind of like, you know, kind of like in They Live, where people are sort of like not machines, but they're driven by some other kind of influence that isn't the human psyche. It's more the subconscious, like you said, the signal from the Videodrome, and with, you know, They Live, you've got the subliminal messages that are coming out through everything. So I can see what you're saying with that. I don't know. I just felt like, since it was more like the revenge part of it, that RoboCop came to me more the his body was destroyed by an act of violence and stuff like that. So that's why I have that movie to it. But I can totally see Videodrome little nods to it.
What if our main character was a woman?
I think it would still be RoboCop. And if the thing killed her husband or her wife or her child, I could see I don't know, for some reason when I think of that, a female robot that's doing that, I kind of see a Deliver Us from Evil, or Deliver Us from Eva kind of aspect to it, which is a very obscure movie about
I think the voice,
female scientist.
I think the voice in her head would have been played by Sigourney Weaver.
Ooh, I could see that. I could definitely see that. That would be a good one. Yeah, the voice in the head. They actually use that voice in the head in the room. He was right there with him when they were filming, to make sure they, you know, it wasn't like I'm going to record this and then you record it. They had the guy who was playing the voice in the head in the same room so they could feed off each other, which I think is brilliant and, you know, should be done more, because it was a very natural aspect to it. But yeah, if it was a female, I could see, well, you know, it'd be good if it was Linda Hamilton too.
Very good choice. Katie, where can people find you?
At The Blonde in Front on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, and at my site, www.theblondeinfront.com.
Check out the rest of the videos here on the Radio Horror YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you, everyone.